Good morning, guys. Thank you for joining me. This is a very special session. As you guys know, I have joined Sun Life as a financial advisor. And today, I'm going to showcase to you where people go wrong and how you can improve your life with finances by financial roadmap planning. Okay. So I'm not going to mince words. It's going to be very difficult as a conversation, but I'm going to try to make it easy by showing you exactly how. Right? So what I'm sharing here exactly is a financial roadmap. It could be your health roadmap. It could be your emotional roadmap. It could be your whatever life roadmap you might have. What you're seeing here is the age as you grow older, right? Your costs on red, annual income. So this is you working until 65, right? And savings, how much your savings is. Okay. Also have a risk score. Anyway, we'll discuss that in a bit. Right? So this is a risk score. So how do you plan for your life? And most of the people fail with financial planning because they don't know where they are in life. So knowing where you are is very important. That's why financial roadmaps are very important. So I have a this is the table where that came from, and this will be available in the links in the description. But basically, you can play with this if you want. You can copy it, do whatever you want. Here, when you're making a plan, you have to know what a roadmap and what a plan is. A roadmap tells you where you are, where you want to be. So an example of that is this is where I am, this is my age, and until age 100. Okay? My roadmap is what I want to happen in my life. So these are goals, financial roadmap, financial goals. Goals is I want to buy a house starting when I'm 27. I want to buy a car when I'm 26. Right? I am going to pay for schooling for my kid. So that's part of, the baby boy, baby girl, the wife. But the table just includes this part. Okay. Of course, you're planning for two. If you plan together, you're married, you somehow agree to what how budgets are like 50-50, or all of the budget is managed by one person, or you're going to join your expenses, stuff like that. That discussion is a different discussion today, but at the end of this video, you should have an idea of how to plan for your life without depending on anybody. I think that's the biggest education that everybody needs. Where you are, your age, your income, and your costs. So your income is, if you're just an employee, okay, which I was before, you put your annual net income, the gross net income, and remove the taxes. So that's, I think, 2829 on your BIR, 2316. Then you remove uh, anything that you spend for fixed and add anything that's variable. So that's going to be your costs, right? So income cost, that's your savings. Now you decide how much of this you're going to play for something else, play for that year. The problem with financial planning is people have a plan, but they don't revisit it. That's the biggest problem where people have a problem because you can only estimate for next year, but the actual numbers will change year to year. So that's why if you're an entity serious with planning for your future, you revisit your plan every 5 years, every year, every some people do it every month. For me, I just do it every once every year, every 3 years, see where I am in my roadmap, right? So, oh, at this age, I need to be something like this, need to be something like that. That's the goal. Now, the plan is how do I get there? How do I go to that part? And when I said I joined insurance, I just wanted to clarify as well why people make a mistake when buying insurance. The goal of buying insurance is for protection. It's not an investment. Most of the time, it is not and will never be because it is a risk defense method. It is not a income generating activity. Although there are instances where it can, right? The fund manager is really good. They were able to get more money for you. They beat inflation. They beat the management fees. So they give you some bonus, right? Let's say you want to play stocks. That's here, right? Playing stocks is is an activity part of your plan to meet a goal. So, for example, I'm gonna play stocks so I can build a house. That is the plan. Will it work out and it will not, or if it will not work out, is entirely up to luck or chance or how well you put your effort into it, right? The other reason why people fail with financial planning is so number one, they don't recalibrate. Number two is they don't plan for significant events. So this is a significant event. Uh, in these cases, you want to build a house, you build a car, you increase your fixed cost. So you will buy you let's say you want to buy a 5 million house, you put that here, right? So this would change. This year would change. You would add, I would add 500,000 this year, right? That would then be your new trajectory. Your new trajectory changes, right? Is that here? Very small, but eventually things stack up, right? So let's just change that back. The other reason why people fail is they don't budget. When you say don't budget, I have a budget of everything I spend to the very peso, and I track that every day. You don't have to go that much. You can plan to every 100 that you do, every 1,000 that you spend, but uh, some people don't plan. So when I did a budget for someone, one of my clients before, um, I asked her like, what's not making sense? Why are you still losing money? In fact, one of the reasons was she was buying a lot of makeup. She was into like stuff like that. And then also she bought a lot of gifts. So these are expenses that she did not account for. But every week there's somebody's birthday. Every month there's some emergency that needs something, right? There are also an instance where she had to go to the hospital and did not get income for that month. So she lost, and you would want to subtract that here, right? So let's say she lost 50,000, right? Looks small, it doesn't impact that much. You see, there's just a minor change, but it will in the long run, right? Especially if you don't keep track, your life will go away from a desired path. So if you have a desired path, people some call that as a plan, but it's a long-term plan for me, right? So financial roadmap, financial plan. Why they fail? Number one, they don't recalibrate. They don't take a look at where they are. You know where you are before you are able to plan. The plan and the goal are different things. The goal is I want to buy a house. The plan is how I'm going to get there. A plan could be for 1 year. A plan could be for 3 years. But of course, typically people take action based on their plan, based on what they're looking at. So if you assess every 3 years and make a plan for 3 years, you make an action for 3 years, not just make one action per year, right? Yeah. So how do you become successful is you have to plan for things. Insurance is actually just one part. It's a small part of your financial planning, but saving is an important part of that. So what are the typical insurance plan? The first one is called income protection. People want to work, well, required to work or can retire on 65 in the Philippines. So um, this plan includes until 65. But is that really true? I don't know anyone who did not change jobs, did not get a promotion. So that's why you have to recalibrate as well. And there are cases where they don't have jobs at that year. For example, she got pregnant. That's one of the things. She wanted to stop. She just wanted to be at home and take care of her baby. So yes, that will impact your plan, right? So you have to take in consideration what your plan is and how you're gonna get there. The other part, and that's usually covered by income protection. That's the income protection part of insurance. Of course, things like the schooling, educational plans, what we call pre-need plans. Pre-need, so you're saving for an estimated, let's say, School of Tomorrow costs 100,000 per school session, right? And if you bake that in your plan, you can now estimate how much you're going to need, assuming inflation, at the year when 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, when you have the kid. So that's a pre-need, right? Education plan, they call it that. I don't like covering pre-need plans, but the other one is estate or retirement, right? So estate is when you die, right? And what do you want to become? What do you want your assets to become? Any asset when you die becomes an estate. The advantage of an estate with insurance is because assets, property, that's the reason why people fight sometimes and destroy relationships. So that's not good, right? And the other one is it's the most liquid type of asset when you die. And it's not, compared to stocks, like when you die in stocks, what you have to do, you have to post in the newspaper, you'd have to do some legal proceedings. Same with property, but property is more cumbersome to do with that unless you have a will or something like that. But even if you did, your recipient should have the financial capability to pay for taxes for that, know how to take care of it, know that it is there. If it's not there, the government will just reclaim it if you don't take proper action within the next 2 years, etc., etc. With insurance, you just claim and you get the money, right? And it's up to them how they want to do that. Another advantage with estate with insurance is because um, they they can be tax free. Okay, and that is if it is estate and irrevocable, right? So going back to the plans, the problem is people try to use different products for different things. If you try to use stocks for defense, for indemnity, for insurance, it's never going to work. If you try to use insurance for investment, it's it may work, but it's never going to work. uh, if it is trying to use your car as a way to transfer your wealth, it could happen, right? Just papers, that's easier to transfer. For property, you can do that as well. But some assets are used for different things better, right? That's just how it is. And of course, after you retire, how are you gonna get money, right? And that's where endowments and three-year generational plans can help you, right? So this is a financial roadmap. We showed you, why people fail, how to adjust it, and of course, you can use this resource and you can play with it. You can see where you are, your trajectory in life. You can recalibrate so you don't fall behind. Number two, make sure you have plans and goals, and you recalibrate as well in the year, and for big things and for small things as well. Make sure you budget and know where you're spending. The fourth and last one, when I talked about insurance, was you put defense where you need it. Okay, and then let me wrap up with this point because you would want defense where you're more critical. When you lose income, that's income protection. When you're retiring, right? If you buy a retirement plan, you're young, well, probably not the best use case, right? And if you buy income protection when you don't have income, it's probably not gonna fit, right? And if you buy a pre-need while you're here, as long as you have money, that's fine. But is it really impacting your finances or somebody else's finances, right? Um, so on the fourth point, if you want to make sure that you're defended the right way, where you have a highest risk, like in this case, for this person at 40 or every 5 years, I want to travel, right? Every 10 years, I want to travel, have protection there. So there's where you have your income protection. That's where you have your pre-needs already closed. That's where you want to have paid for insurance and completed for that as well. So insurance is bad, and people think insurance is bad because they do not know how to purchase it, right? If you need any help with that, you can reach out to me. But hopefully, this information is helpful for you. Financial roadmap. If you know anyone that will benefit from this, please share it with them. Yeah. Okay. If you want to learn more about this, just subscribe and follow me on TikTok or on YouTube. Okay. Thanks for watching.